Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our group will present about the Kisya business. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Aina Akila binti Syekh and I will be the one that will present for the part 1 of this presentation, which is the introduction of the business. In the introduction of the business, for the first one, we have the owner's name. The owner's name for this business is the Khalisha Balkis binti Muhammad Nasir. And for the second one is the type of the business organization. The type of the business organization is the solely proprietorship, which means that Miss Kisya is a solely owner. So, she has the full power on decision making on her business. And then, she also has the fully control on management on her business. And in addition, she has a fully responsibility on gain profit or loss on her own. And then for the third one is the nature of the business. The nature of this business is the bawal hijab, scarf and brooch. And that's all for the introduction of the business. And next we will look for the background of the business. And I will pass it to the Miss Aisha.
Before I start my part, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nur Aisha Irdina binti Asmuni and I will explain about the background of the business. So next is the background of the business. So I will explain a little bit about the product that Miss Kisya sells, which is the scarf. So more specifically, Miss Kisya sells a printed bawal which has a variety of beautiful designs for the customer to choose from. And the material of the scarf is cotton voile, which is a very high quality of material that offers a soft and breathable feel for the customer to wear it daily. So with considering its high quality material, it is sold at a very affordable price, which is only RM26 ringgit. And with every purchases, customers will also get a free brooch for them to wear it with the scarf. So next, I will explain a bit about the mode of the business, which Miss Kisya runs the business via online only, as it is convenient for her as she is still a student, so that she can manage her study and the business very well. So as you can see, the website address here, the customers will choose their desired design of printed bawal in the website, and then they will pay it through the websites, which they will pay through a third party called PayPal, and the money will be transferred to Miss Kisya account. This is the website of Kisya scarf that shows the design for the customer to choose.
Assalamualaikum and hi to Puan Nurliza binti Omar. My name is Nur Shafika and today I'll be presenting about classification of business item. First of all, there are 5 categories in classification of business item, which is asset, liabilities, owner's equity, expenses and revenues. Let me proceed to the first classification of business item. Asset is a property owned by the business or economy resources which are value to the business that can be measured in monetary terms. There are 2 types of asset. The first one is non-current asset. So what is non-current asset? Non-current asset is long-term economy resources owned by the business, while current asset is short-term economy resources owned by the business. And as for Kisya scarves, non-current assets, they have fittings, vehicles up to 35,000 ringgit and equipment up to 150 ringgit. Next is Kisya scarf current assets. They have 170 pieces of stock from the store, bank and cash. So let's move to our second categories of classification of business item, which is liabilities. So what are liabilities? Liabilities are the funds supplied by external parties to the business for the acquisition of assets. It is therefore for the financial obligations of the business to external parties. There are two types of liabilities, which is non-current liabilities and current liabilities. Non-current liabilities are amounts owed by the business that are not repaid within 1 year, while current liabilities are amounts owed by the business that are to be paid within 1 year. As for Kisya's Scarves non-current liabilities, they have bank loan up to 35,000 ringgit, and as for current liabilities, they have account payable from Ella Street. That's all from me, so let's now move on to the next categories of business item.
My name is Nur Ali Hanania binti Muhammad Rosdi. I will explain another three types of characteristics that can be classified to the business. First, expenses. What is expenses? Expenses is the cost of asset consumed or services used in the process of earning revenue. From Miss Kisya business, the item for expenses is stickers, bubble wraps, parcel, plastic bag, salary, which is 2,820 per month, and payment gateway through PayPal. Next, revenue. Revenue is the gross increase in owner's equity resulting from business activity entered for the purpose of earning income. For example, sales goods 5,940 ringgit that Miss Kisya get for a month. Lastly, owner's equity. The meaning of owner's equity is funds supplied by the owner to the business for the acquisition of asset for the business. That means Miss Kisya invests 450 ringgit to begin the business and withdraw cash value 200 ringgit from the business for personal use. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Nur Karimisa. Next, I will explain the recording process of this business. The accounting process starts with the recording of business transactions, the details of which are taken from source documents. For the purpose of recording, Ms. Kisya will retain all sales and purchases source documents, such as receipts. Once a month, Ms. Kisya will gather all receipts of purchases and keep a record of all sales in her notes to make it easier for her accountant to prepare a trial balance. The reason why her accountant prepared a trial balance is because she wants to make sure that all the transactions have been recorded correctly. And if there are any errors, the accountant have to make an adjustment. At the end of the accounting period, the accountant will prepare the financial statement by obtaining information from the list of balance in the trial balance. The example of the financial statement that will be prepared are income statement and balance sheet. This is because Ms. Kisya can know whether her business has gained profit or loss. Also, for your information, all the recording process will not be done manually but in accounting software because it is easier to record by the system, and Ms. Kisya wants to avoid from any errors if she record it manually. And Ms. Kisya hired an accountant who has account knowledge to handle the recording process for her business. So, that's all from me, and I will pass to Miss Awni for the next part. Thank you.
Hi! Before I start my part, I would like to introduce myself first, which is my name is Awni binti Ismail. So in this session, I would like to explain about the strength and the weaknesses of the business, which is Kisya Scarves Enterprise. Okay, let's move to the next part, which is the strength of the business. So after finish interviewing Miss Kisya about her business, I found some of the strength for this business, which is the first one is Miss Kisya as an owner. She hired an accountant to prepare financial data. We know that Miss Kisya does not have any accounting knowledge, but she does not use it as an excuse for her to not providing a proper financial data. So she find a way to cope with that by hire an expert person about accounting to help her in handling a financial business, including prepare financial data. Okay, the second one is Miss Kisha. She provide an accounting software to help her accountant to prepare financial data. So we know that accounting software is really helpful because by using it, Miss Kisha and her accountant able to prepare an accurate financial data without any error. So she can reduce the percentage error of her financial information. And accounting software also can save time in preparing a financial data instead of using manually that take a long time to complete the financial data. Okay, for the third one is we know that Miss Kisha, she run the business only via online, which is she does not run her business physically. So this is give advantage to Miss Kisha, which is the expenses of the business will be lesser. It is because imagine if Miss Kisha run the business via online and also physically. So she need to spend more for the expenses of the business, which is she need to spend for rental expenses, utility expenses, and she need to hire more staff to handle the store or the boutique. So she need to spend for salaries of her staff. So we can see this via online give advantage to Miss Kisha to reduce her expense, to reduce the business expenses. Okay, for the last one, the last strength of a business that I have found is Miss Kisha as an owner. She also involved in a recording process. So we know that she already hired an accountant, but she still involved in recording process. So Miss Kisha actually aware about her financial business. So Miss Kisha, she does not fully rely on her accountant to manage the financial of the business. And Miss Kisha also want to improve her knowledge in accounting since she does not have any accounting knowledge. So by involving herself in financial business, she can learn about accounting, and maybe soon in the future she can handle it by herself. That's all for the strength of the business. Next, we will look to the last part of our presentation, which is the weaknesses of Kisya's Scarves enterprise.
We're going to look at the first weaknesses of Kisya's Scarves, which is security concern. Storing sensitive financial data online can expose businesses to potential security risks, such as data breaches and hacking. It is essential for Ms. Kisya to choose an accounting software provider that prioritizes security for her business-sensitive data and robust measures in place to protect her data. So we're going to the next one.
For the next weaknesses, we have competition. Since there are many other online businesses that provide similar service, Ms. Kisya had to face competition. Since now, the popularity of online business has led to a highly competitive environment. Therefore, Ms. Kisya need to invest in unique value proposition, effective branding, and exceptional customer experiences to differentiate themselves from the competition.
From Miss Shafika and also Miss Alia about the first and the second weakness of the business. So it is my turn to explain the third weakness of this business, which is initial cost and ongoing expenses. Why I say this is one of the weaknesses of this business. It is because we know that Miss Kisya using accounting software for recording process in her business, right? So basically we know that that kind of software require the users. In this case, the users is Miss Kisha. So that this kind of software require Miss Kisha to pay for subscription, to pay for ongoing subscription fees or charge. That ongoing subscription fees or charge actually for software update and also technical support. So from this statement, we can conclude that since Miss Kisha using accounting software for her business, it actually will increase the expenses of the business. Because why? Because Miss Kisha need to pay for subscription fees as long as she use that kind of software. So that is the second last weakness of this business, and the last one weakness for this business will be explained by Miss Aina.
And the last one, the last weaknesses that we figure from the Kisha business is the lack of staff. Because of why? Because Miss Kisha doesn't hire any staff in handling the business activities like packaging the items. So if the Miss Kisha has a large amount of orders, she has to do all of it on her own. So it will take a time. That's why the customer will receive the order lately. It will give the bad impact to the business. Because of why? Because the customer will give the bad rating of this business because they received the order lately. And that's why having at least one staff, it will help to the business to be more systematic and convenient. And it also will be more helpful, very very helpful to the Miss Kisha. And that's all from us. That's all the weaknesses that we figure from Kisha business.
That's all from us. Thank you. Bye.